everyone, my name is CreativelyAnzy and I'm the founder of Melanin Gamers, a gaming community that promotes inclusion and diversity in the video games industry. We have started MG Spotlight Pieces, which will be interviewing different content creators from all different walks of life to see what they are doing, illustrators, cosplayers, YouTubers, different people who create content. So I thought we should start from the top and that is why we started Melanin Gamers in the first place. You guys have heard the story, but do you know the origin story of Melanin Gamers? And we thought it was only right to start with to be interviewed by the two people who helped me run Melanin Gamers almost so much, who've been riding with me from the very beginning. The only other person who's missing is my sister, but my brothers, please.
Can you move there?
Yeah, I will sit in the hot seat.
What's going on, Chief?
Here.
Yeah. So please interview me and let me know what I should say.
Just as a quick reminder, because obviously she doesn't do this is Agent AAA, esports, aspiring predator, you know what it is. If it's FPS, he knows what's up. I am Alan, aka the researcher, from Melanin Gamers, and today we'll be interviewing the actual founder of Melanin Gamers, which is our sister.
Alright. Now you guys have heard my lovely voice. So let's first find out, who are you? And I'll share it.
My name is Annabelle, or CreativelyAnzy. Anzy is a nickname that my mum has actually given me, and that I put creatively because I feel like I was a creative person. I know it's sad, but that's where the name comes from. And I created Melanin Gamers.
There is no greater shame than the 16-year-old Hotmail email. Trust me.
I love my name and I don't care. I love it. I can keep it too.
But the real question is why we're all sitting around here today is that why did you start the Melanin Gamers?
The Melanin Gamers. I had an idea for creating a gaming community type of thing for a long time, just because I've been a gamer my entire life. I've loved gaming. We all love gaming. Gaming is something that I've done with like my siblings, my cousins, my friends. It's something that I feel like connects me. But I got into gaming because I really love a really good story. That's why I got into gaming. Like, I'm a really big reader, and I saw that. And when I got into gaming, I was like, there's so many good stories in gaming, and I loved the story aspect of gaming. But I wasn't seeing myself represented. And I was just like, oh, this person's not me, that person's not me. All across the board in terms of films and books as well. And I thought, and other people who I was gaming with, they were complaining about the same thing, like, oh, there's not enough representation, not enough representation. I was like, oh, we should really do something about that. I'm that kind of person that was just like, well, why hasn't anyone done something about that? We're always complaining year after year, you know, that you have that one black character that you pick. No one does anything about it. I was like, why aren't we doing anything about it? And there was a lot of instances which were, I should create it. And I had a lot of different ideas, I guess, different alterations of what Melanin Gamers would look like before we finally settled on Melanin Gamers, which is obviously something that our other sister created the name of it. And it was what happened to Alan actually. He had a really bad experience with Overwatch in terms of the racism that he faced. And it was just his teammates being really racist towards him, and him being great. It wasn't great at all, and him being banned from the game. And then Adam actually started getting bullied at school, and he didn't say anything because he interpreted that situation where Adam was playing a game, and our parents stopped him from playing it for 3 months because they didn't obviously like their child to be subjected to that. And then when Adam was getting bullied at school, he didn't say anything because he interpreted that, oh well, the person being bullied is somehow in the wrong because they don't get their favorite thing anymore. And I was like, well, he's far too young to be thinking like that, and it's not a good thing that when you play online, the first thing you're told is, oh, mute your mic, grow thick skin, do all of these things just because the bully is wrong. Get rid of the bully and then everything will be fine. That's how I saw it as. And so let me create something where all of us can come together and try to do something about some of these problems that we're facing. And so that's why Melanin Gamers is a community. All of us having the same sort of ethos.
That's what we like to hear. And you touched upon it when it comes to the difficulties that we face. For the record, I was trying to get to the master rank in Overwatch.
Grandmaster, correction.
Grandmaster, sorry. And I was trying to, because I thought in my head, if I get to Grandmaster, whilst I'm working, then I could get to top 500.
Yeah.
If I'm not working, it was all about time, not really skill. and it's like I had a team, and it's like I didn't really vet them out properly. That's my what. At that age, I didn't really do vetting. So,
It was just like, oh, they good.
let's go. So that was one of the principal foundations. Like, and to me, that's when I came in. I was like, to me, video games industry has always been a little toxic, a little racist, like, kind of ongoing battles, like just fighting every day. So that was until the World Cup. Obviously, our elder sister overheard my mic, which was.
And she was like, pause the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's how much she knew about online games. Pause the game so we can discuss this. Let me tell the opposing team to everybody just stop.
1 second, people.
1 second,
Your guns
guys.
down.
So yeah, that's exactly how it all kind of panned out. So the next question is, what is the greatest achievement for Melanin Gamers?
Oh, that's such a difficult question. I'm not even sure what the greatest achievement is for Melanin Gamers. We've had so many wins.
We ain't done yet.
We've had a lot of wins with Melanin Gamers. But I think like things that stand out for me, there are standout moments where I'm just like, okay, we're really making a difference. Is our international summits. When we do an international summit, it makes me feel like I'm not alone. Like, oh, there's a community in Brazil that are doing something similar to Melanin Gamers, you know, Wakanda streamers, Afro gamers. They're based in Brazil. They're doing something similar. There's Brown Girl Gamer Code. They're in America. They're doing something similar. There's Afro Gamer Sis. They are based in France. They're doing something. So it's just like at different corners of the world. Like, oh, at least, you know, if I need to rest, I know someone else is picking up the battalion and is like running with it. So I feel like for me, it's an achievement that we're all doing this together. And I don't have to feel like I'm alone in this fight. So that's the achievement that I feel like is a shared one. You know, I like seeing what other people are doing. It's like it galvanizes me to be stronger. Like, oh, you guys got this. I got this. You got this. We've all got this. We got this together, kind of thing.
Let's put some respect on your name. You are the one that spends days and nights researching these people, finding them on these different continents and countries, bringing them all together so that we can talk about the kind of issues that we face. And sometimes it can be very similar. Sometimes it can be drastically different. But let's make no mistake. Melanin Gamers, but you're definitely the ones, you specifically were definitely the one to put them on the map. Well, not put them on the map, but definitely was to bring them to the UK audience and really showcase what they're doing and knowing that the fight is not alone.
Yeah, thank you very much. But it also, for me, it's just the fact that they accepted. I know that these are like-minded people. These are people that they would rather collaborate than compete. And that, for me, is just like, yeah, that's what we should be doing. Because if we all raise our voices in concert, then we're going to be louder, as opposed to someone's like mumbling, no one's going to hear you, you know. But if you are mumbling together, if you're shouting together, you're going to get hurt.
I'm fairly certain you got like a microphone. Let's be real. A megaphone, sorry. Megaphone.
But that's one of the achievements that I really love, and it just fills me with such positive energy. Like, from different corners of the world, we're doing this fight. Those are one of the things, but there's also the day-to-day things, you know. If someone comes in and is like, oh, I really like it here, it's nice. Those little things. I'm not someone who's just like, oh, if we're not being noticed by our work, what are we doing? But it's also me realizing that let me take these little steps and make sure that a little step makes a big change. So those are the achievements that I like to look at, the small things, because there's a saying is that what you were praying for last year, you have it this year, kind of thing. And I think as human beings, we always want more and more. But that's like evolution. We have to. But it's also nice to stop and smell the roses sometimes. You know, the roses are smelling quite nice these days.
Mm-hmm.
So to carry on from that, can you think of any moments like within panels or events maybe that reminds you that you're making an impact? You know, that you're making a real change?
I think a panel that we had recently actually was at Insomnia. Someone came over to Koye actually. They saw his hoodie and they saw the logo and they were like, oh, I really want to talk to you guys. What's the logo about? I'm a gamer and I'm a black woman. And I was like, oh, this is so the fact that
brother.
That's my friend. Suddenly, immediately, she had a connection with us because she'd seen something. A gamer that looks like her. She doesn't see it very often. So when she sees an illustration of it, she wants to talk to that person. And that's what's good about our logo so much, that people are like, because you don't see yourself represented. When you do, you just gravitate towards it and you're like, what is that thing about? And I love that we've been able to give that to people, because I would have loved being a gamer and seeing something like the illustration of Melanin Gamers.
Yeah.
Because I would have been, oh my god, what is that about? Even now when I go into bookshops and I see a cover and there's a black woman, I'm like, oh, what's that book about? I want to know what it's about immediately because I never see it anywhere. So when you do see it, you immediately like, I want to buy this book. What is it? What's it about? I don't care. I think I need to buy this book. So, and I like that we've given that to other people. Now other people have that, you know. So
I think it's doubly impressive that also not only is the front also great, but behind the scenes, actually making
it's
a difference.
authentic.
Yeah.
It's not just like a black woman on a cover. It's like some kind of evil. She's an evil witch, and that's the main reason why she's doing it. It's like no, she's actually like, she actually does something good in this book.
That's the whole team kind of thing. That's one of the things I'm really grateful for, is that I'm not doing it by myself, because I always speak about this in general in terms of the family and the unit and just having the best support system. It's almost something I brag about, like, oh my, I'm friends with my siblings, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm really glad that we're friends, you know? You love your siblings, but it's even better when you like them, you know? Like, you like, that's awesome, man.
Who likes you?
It's nice to like your siblings too, you know? Like, you're a person I'd like even if we weren't family. And so that's always nice, and just like everyone always is hands on deck in terms of like event days. Our mum, she caters, like, so when we had the Microsoft one, she made the cupcakes. My sister was there organizing people, making sure that everyone was checked in. My brothers welcome, they were on the panel, like everyone was sort of hands on deck, and it was just like, it's nice to have that support system so that you're not like, it's just me doing this and oh my god, it's such a grind. It's like, I've got other people who are doing this too, you know? So it can almost like live on past you, and that's what you're trying to do. You're not trying to do something that can only sustain if you're there.
Now to the real content. Top 5 games.
Top
all time gaming experience.
Games I've played that were my, standout games that I played. Assassin's Creed 2. I remember I was at uni and I saw the poster for that, and I still have that picture right now. I'm like, oh, so many years later, because the image, everything, the trailer, that game, there are very few games which I would say are flawlessly executed start to finish. Assassin's Creed is one of those games.
Debatable.
I could not fault that game. I don't even know how I would make that game better. It's a beautiful game, experiencing it, the storyline, the fact that it continued on from the first one and then just go on to Revelations, it was perfect. To me, it was Game of the Year, Game of the Century.
It did actually win. I think it won.
It did win Game of the Year, and it was just such a delight. I took time off work for that game, and it was worth every penny. And that was very expensive back then, you know, that when I was earning only £5 an hour. Let me just say that. So Assassin's Creed. I can't not mention The Sims, because The Sims was riding with me when I was back in the hospital, and I was just like, what do I do? I'm so bored. And I had Sims, and it was just like I could do whatever I want. And the fact that I could do normal stuff, that was why I liked The Sims, because I was at a stage where normal stuff were really difficult for me. But it was just like, I could be a sim, I could wash the dishes, I could do the laundry. Simple stuff like that The Sims gives you, you would be surprised by people who cannot do those things, how fulfilling that is. Like, I saw a video of some guy who tried virtual reality, he couldn't walk. He was able to walk in virtual reality. People take these things for granted, because everyone just gets in and walks, but when you don't have it, when you then are given it, it's like amazing. So when I was in the hospital and Sims gave me those experiences, I loved Sims for it, and I will always love Sims just for that reason.
Sorry to cut in, but specifically in a world where that's not really how it's built.
That is exactly how Sims is. Sims is very real, and
no, as in like when you, like someone who's like that can't walk. When you're in a world where walking is just such an everyday thing, and then suddenly you're in a VR,
it's like
it's different.
It's completely different. So Apex Legends is one of my favorite games. One of the first FPS games that I played. Love that game. Diversity, law, movement, everything about Apex is delicious. I love Apex so much. I can talk about it all day long.
Time full stand, but I'm the one that actually saying no.
I saw Apex the day that Apex launched. I saw the picture, and I think it's a selfie that is being taken by Mirage or something, and he's taking up the original Apex one. I was like, just the roster of characters had my attention. That's how important representation is. What is that game that features so many different characters? I want to know more about it. I've never looked back since. So that was my third game. My fourth game is obviously, I would not even be a gamer if it was not for GTA. GTA, I've been rolling with GTA for time immemorial. I love that game. It's so good. It's so much fun. It's so versatile, that game. There's racing, there's shooting, there's so many things driving people over. These are the things I like to do in GTA. There's swimming. GTA is a whole experience. It's like a whole world in there. So I absolutely love GTA for that. And the online is still going strong even after all these years. And now there's role playing. Like, there's so many things that you can do with GTA. And I absolutely loved it. It was a game that made me realize, oh, I think I like gaming. I want to be a gamer. So that's why GTA has a special place in my heart. And the last game I would say is Road Trip.
Yes, sir.
I love Road Trip so much, and even now when I think back to the memories attached to Road Trip, having fun with my siblings, just like gaming and just like, oh, I can't wait to play this game so much, I can't wait to level up and I can't wait to do all these things, like that happiness, I think is why it's a nostalgia thing with Road Trip.
Alright. Road Trip, it's been the one. But
Yeah.
so one of our final questions is, what would you say to someone who wants to either create their own, wants to get into content creation or wants to create their own community?
I would say just do it. But literally, I would say, because if you, sometimes when people are like, how did you do this thing? And I was like, if I had thought about what Melanin Gamers involves, I would have done it. I would be like, oh, I have to do this, I have to. You see that there's so much thing involved. Only, I was already too far gone. I couldn't go back. I would have gone back. I would have gone back like, hold on, we have to do panels, we have to do this, I have to do streams, we have to. Because I started it, I was like, oh, well, I might as well keep going. I was already on that road, so I was like, I can't turn the car around now. So if you just start it, you will be like, I guess I've done one day. I can do the second day. I guess I've done the second day. I can do the third day. So that's why I would say that if you just start, then you probably won't stop. But once you start, don't stop. So I would say if you do have an idea, do it. Just do it immediately. Like, don't convince yourself that you need this, you need that, you need that. Just start immediately. I was streaming off the console, the PlayStation 4. That's how we started. Now we out here in these streets on like PCs that can power a whole town. Like, so you just start from somewhere, but you have to start, you know.
Nice. Where can the Melanin Gamers find the founder of Melanin Gamers?
The founder of Melanin Gamers. Where can you find me?
See how funny she is, laughing at her own joke.
Okay. How can we find me? Well, you can find me on CreativelyAnzy. I don't know what else. You can find me at CreativelyAnzy. Obviously on Melanin Gamers. Melanin Gamers on all the socials. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. We have a website, the Melanin Gamers. So yeah, we
Twitch.
Twitch, of course, as well. You can find us on Twitch. We were on Mixed.
Wow.
YouTube as well. Facebook gaming as well.
YouTube.
We're
Of
everywhere.
course, we are on YouTube. No! Okay, we're on YouTube. And you can find us absolutely everywhere. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Tell us what you think. Tell us anything in general, because we're always here, we're always open to people, new ideas that people bring us and stuff like that. And I just want to thank my brothers as well. This is a family-run community, you know? Yeah, so it's wonderful and it's amazing. So yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you guys. That's everything, guys. And we're gonna continue with the spotlights. It's good stuff.
Yeah, so tune in next week for more spotlight pieces. I will be interviewing other people, and so you're going to see a whole roster of different content creators.
Here.